Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 9. Several questions to get through, so let's just kick it off. Starting with a question from Wyvernwatch, who asks, can you name your top 5 reprints from the Megatins due at the end of the month? Also, are you going for a case? I don't really have any particular favourites from the set, but if I had to pick 5, I would say Lifeless Leafish, Gaia, the Magical Knight of Dragons, Zeus, Ark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, and the Crocodile Synchro thing. I just think they're the coolest ones. The end of the month part actually confused me when I originally read it. I was thinking, wait, aren't the tins meant to be out on the 16th? But apparently they've been pushed back to the end of the month. Like, what the hell? Like, I was looking forward to it, like, before the 16th. And yet somehow, this shop in High Wycombe has the tins, but no one else does. At least not Dead Uni. What's up with that? And as for a case, well, I could have sworn I said a few times that I'm only getting 2 tins. Yeah, I definitely did. I said I'd be getting 2 tins, and anything I want from the set that I don't pull, I'll just pick up as singles. Maybe I'll get others in the future, I don't know. But I want to increase my chances of getting Magician's Salvation, the True Light, and Piercing the Darkness. Like, I'm so mad I wasn't able to get those earlier. Yeah, I need those cards badly. And there's 5 questions from Matt and Alison Welch, which I had to repost because once again, YouTube are deleting perfectly good comments for no good reason. 1. Any thoughts and opinions on the new Kaiba Ultimate Collection briefcase for the 25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh! Being released in the OCG, and all his cards in it that he's used in Duelist Kingdom, Battle City and Memory World arc, along with 3 new anime Kaiba cards that he uses in the anime, like Attack Guidance Armor, Life Shaver, and Magical Trick Mirror. Yeah, for a while I did wonder if we'd ever get Attack Guidance Armor, because that's one of his very best traps, and I never knew why it never got printed as a real card. But I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like what's in there, including these new cards, and of course good old Blue Eyes White Dragon and Obelisk the Tormentor themselves. I would like to have a case like that, but I don't know about the cards themselves. Maybe I think what's inside the case would be more up the streets of Express Gaming and Mr. Sasuke Dragon. Yeah, definitely the case itself would be nice. I mean, I do have a case, but it's got round corners, and there's like nothing flat and square inside. And so it's too easy for the cards to just move about, and just look untidy. In fact, there was one time where I walked in rain with it and some of the cards got wet. Nightmare. I mean, luckily they weren't damaged and I was able to dry them. It's just kind of awkward to use, and it's just more to carry for me. And I generally want to keep the load as light as possible when travelling to either Dead Universe Comics or Express Gaming's place. So already I'm carrying my large Yu-Gi-Oh bag, and if I go to Express Gaming and Gamer Central's place, I'm also carrying the bag with my laptop or Mac in it. It can be a struggle, but great exercise. Anyway, I digress too. Thoughts and opinions on the new Vampire support and Nordic God support in Battles of Chaos, and will you be grabbing those as well when you grab the Dark Magician stuff? Yes, absolutely. They won't be a priority though, unlike the Dark Magician stuff, but I will definitely want those. Of course, I still have my Vampire core. I don't have my Nordic Beasts anymore. They went to Brian. I know he'll want them, but it would still be nice to have them in case I do bring my Nordic Beast deck back. So it's something I might do in the future, but not right now. Maybe more nearer the time of my 20th anniversary since I got into the game. But I am going to rebuild my Nordic Beast deck online on Edo Pro and maybe Dueling Book, because I plan to use that in Series 7 of the Dark Richician's Deck Grand Championship in a few months' time. 3. Any plans on more Try Not to Laugh challenges in the future? Oh yeah, at the very least there will be some more Try Not to Laugh duel challenges where Gamer Central tries to make me laugh with his Yoda voice, which isn't difficult. Yeah, it's just too easy to make me laugh. Depending on the joke, I guess. I don't know about any others though. I've tried to do the more generic ones that I've seen on YouTube, but never uploaded them either because they were just too easy, or some of the jokes were just too dark and I didn't feel comfortable putting it on YouTube. And there was one where I got one of those bullshit copyright messages, despite the fact that I could have sworn I said in the description that I don't own the video, I'm not trying to breach any copyright or make a profit. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, surely just saying that in this description should make it okay. Like, I know, alright, it's better to ask permission, but what if you can't get in contact with certain people to get permission to do these kinds of things? Maybe it's just easier regarding some but not others. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what else we could come up with, but one way or another there will be more Try Not to Laugh challenges. 4. I remember years back on your old channel of Dark Richician 84, you used to have a Slyhedo deck from that fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh! Show Card Hero. videos, which is actually another long-time favourite for myself and Alison. Do you have any plans on bringing that deck back in the future? Alison actually just built her own Slyhedo deck. Oh, mate, I love that show. I miss it. I wish it didn't end just like that. I hate how it ended without any sort of conclusion. Mind you, I'm pretty sure there was this parody video somewhere of a satisfying conclusion where Sly defeated Joker Spade with Rainbow Neos. I can't remember the title of the video, which makes it hard to find. Although that was pretty satisfactory. Anyway, to answer your question, there's no plans right now, but again, it's something I probably will bring back in the future, round about my 20th anniversary celebrations for when I got into the game. So yeah, it'll happen, just not right now. 5. On YouTube, I've seen lots of challenges people do which involves drinking expired sodas. Ugh. Have you ever seen videos like that, and have you and Gamer Central ever thought about doing those kinds of challenges? I didn't even know this was a thing until you asked it. And I don't think we'd want to be honest. Like, just why? Or why would anyone have anything expired? Like, that's just an illness waiting to happen, including a vomit fest. I don't know. There's probably worse challenges I can think of. Some that have proved to be not safe. I don't know. This doesn't seem very appealing, if I have to be honest. Next question is from Gangster of Games Official. When will we see the Poker Knights? So, I guess there isn't really any need to answer this now, since I've shown the deck in a couple of duels. I'll make a deck profile happen though, as soon as I can. I was going to hold off on doing any deck profiles until I saw what the ban list is, but since it came out yesterday, well, at the time of recording anyway, there's nothing stopping me do some deck profiles soon, and Poker Knights will of course be one of them, so keep your eyes peeled. And the last 3 questions are from Chris Reinhart. So I was going to ask about the team doing a Highlander deck tournament, but I hear you answer that in your channel update. So thanks for asking that before I asked. No problem. I do have a few questions for you though. Question 1. I remember that you ran a Predaplant engine in your random All-Stars, and I know you wanted to have something so you could access fusion spells in your deck. Have you thought about adding, instead of that engine, Keeper of Dragon Magic and Card Destruction in their place? It'll allow you to fix brick hands, and Keeper will allow you to summon back monsters, get you poly, and even allow you to go into Dark Magician of Dragon Knight or Amulet Dragon. Just a thought. That does sound like a better idea, to be fair. The problem with Keeper, though, is he only searches the normal spells and can't search Super Polymerization, which I do play, which is why I went for the Predaplant engine instead. But I guess in a way, Keeper would be more helpful. And I can't really think of a lot of games where I didn't hard draw Predaplant Darling Cobra. I kind of hate how the card designer of Predaplan Orpheus Scorpio said special summon one from the deck. Why couldn't it have said hand or deck? Like, that would have made Darling Cobra less bricky. Like, just seems like such an unnecessary restriction. I don't know, maybe I can try and play both. I don't know. As for card destruction, I thought about playing it, but then I thought, well, there's cards I'd rather recycle, and well, not recycle, but just shuffle back into the deck, like Darling Cobra, Mahard. But considering what the idea of the deck is, and how inconsistent and bricky it can be, I feel like card destruction would be better. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, it's Magical Mallet that I used to shuffle those cards back in, so maybe I can replace a Magical Mallet with card destruction. It makes sense, and it does thin the deck. I'll bear that in mind. 2. Sorry if this is annoying, but I'm not sure if you covered this in any other videos, but I believe that you mentioned in a ban list reaction that you don't like ABC Dragon Buster. So can I ask why you don't like ABC? That's okay, although I really didn't want to get into any discussions about cards and decks that I hate, because I kind of wanted to put that behind me, but seeing as it seems like you've wandered it for a while, I might as well answer the question. ABC Dragon Buster is just really fucking annoying, so much so that it's among my top 5 most hated fusion monsters in the entire game. It's what I call a cheap shot banish card that just cheaply gets rid of a card just like that. And it's too damn easy to summon, and it just dodges out of the way of whatever I try and do to it on my turn. It's just so infuriating. And the fact that it can banish a card on either player's turn makes it worse. So it's basically like Caius the Shadow Monarch, an old arch nemesis card of mine, on crack. And it's a card that's just annoyed me for like the last 5 years or so. A Dragon Buster, that is, not Caius. Like, I've hated Caius for much longer. Yeah, it's just really infuriating. Like, the deck's just too disruptive, and if I try and get rid of it on my turn, it just tags out for the materials, and then the opponent can just set up for another one. So there's pretty much no way to counter it, except with Kaiju's Super Poly, and my favourite way of dealing with ABC's System Down. I think, yeah, they're really the only ways I can beat it, or rather, the only consistent ways. I mean, there is also Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, but it doesn't really do much good if I don't see it, and then Dragon Buster comes out, and then I draw a Ghost Reaper far too late in the game. So that's basically why I hate the card with a passion, and I just know someone in the comments is probably going to say, oh, but you use Dark Magical Circle, it does the same thing, you're a hypocrite. Okay, first of all, like, I am not a hypocrite, and secondly, let me explain something about the comparison between Dragon Buster and Dark Magical Circle. Like, Dark Magical Circle, believe it or not, is harder to use than ABC Dragon Buster, and it's so much easier to counter. You know, just literally any form of back row removal can get rid of Circle just like that, even in chain to its initial activation, so I don't get to look at my top 3 cards. Whereas, again, Dragon Buster is pretty much impossible to deal with and get rid of, or at least it can't be countered that easily. Like, furthermore, I don't have to banish anything with Dark Magical Circle. Like, a lot of you may have noticed in my Dark Magician Duel videos that I don't always banish cards whenever I summon Dark Magician, and that's another thing. Like summoning Dark Magician consistently isn't as easy as discarding a card. Like, discarding a card is nothing to give up, whereas I need to be able to normal or special summon Dark Magician. Now, I know it's not difficult nowadays, but you know, the ways I have to do it can easily be disrupted. Anyway, going back to Circle, I tend to not get trigger happy with it. I'm not like other Dark Magician players who just banishes things willy-nilly every single turn, just like that. Like, I always use it strategically, or at least I try to anyway, and whenever I do use it, I only banish back row. Like, I won't resort to banishing a monster unless I really have to. It's like, while opponents will just happily banish my cards, including my favourite ones, without a thought. Like, I like to think I'm nicer. Like, I don't want to go around banishing someone's favourite cards, potentially. Like, the only times I'll banish someone's monster is if it's a situation where I have no choice. Like, if I can win the duel by doing so, or if I literally can't get rid of it any other way. Like, take Madolches, for instance. Like, Fresh Sistart and Queen Tiara Masu are the problem cards, or at least 2 of the problem cards. I know the Queen is the main problem. Like, usually, if in that matchup, like, banishing the Fresh Sistart is the only way I can get round it and get rid of it. Like, same with Queen Tiara Masu. I mean, there's only so much that Solemn Strike can do to keep her at bay, but one way or another she just keeps coming back and causing problems. So, like, it's the only way I can really stop her. Like, I don't want to have to do it, but there's just no choice in the matter. At the other time where I'd banish someone's monster is if it's a monster that I hate with a passion and will happily banish it. So, yeah, just saying. And 3, would you be willing to look at ABC like you did Crystal Wing? I've been playing ABC and doing well with them, and they're fun in my opinion. They allow me to chain around things so I can keep playing the game instead of losing it. So, is there any chance in the future that you might look at ABC? Like, no, 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 fuck, no! I wouldn't touch ABCs with a stick. And I feel bad saying this because I know you obviously like the deck, but I don't. I despise it and will never, ever play them myself. And for the record, they're not fun. They're not fun at all. at least in my opinion, like, the only reason why I let Crystal Wing off the hook is because monsters that negate monster effects aren't as annoying, and they're easier to deal with than dark bribes on legs like Altergeist Hexia and Gladiator Beast Heraklinos, and monsters that negate everything like Dragoon, Herald of Perfection, Infinity, Totally Arsehole. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't go as far as saying that Crystal Wing is like a favourite synchro or something. It is a synchro that I don't mind using myself, but it's still a card that I hate being used against me, especially when it's summoned through the Wind Witch engine, which makes it near impossible to get rid of. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it, really. I mean, I'm sure you won't agree with me on my opinions of ABCs, which is fine and fair enough, but that's how I feel about them, I'm afraid. Sorry to say it, but it's true. Thanks in advance for answering. Keep up the great content, and shout out to Team Sorcerers. Well, thank you very much. The support is appreciated. Alright, and that's it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. And of course, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, just post them in the comments section down below. Remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.